What is up there everyone, it's the guy from the Gamertag here, and today we're going to talk about the recent patch in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, it has made some improvements to the connection. That was in the patch notes, that they had tried to reduce the lag, which was believably caused by the skill-based matchmaking. Now, in general, I feel the connection has improved. It did feel a lot better as soon as I got on, my shots were registering, and I didn't get melted quite as much as I had been. But there are still issues with the game, and in fact, fixing some of the bugs, it actually created more issues. But today, I'm not going to be hating on the game, and I'm actually going to explain why some extra problems have been caused by the most recent patch. Because there is such thing as negative feedback, which is what has happened. Now, negative feedback is where you fix one problem and it causes another. Now, a gaming example of this is in Battlefield 4, or even you could just use Advanced Warfare, but for the purpose of this video I'm going to use the Battlefield 4 example. Now, what they did in the big patch, they increased the movement speed because this would increase the game pace and make the game a bit more fun and fluid to play, and make it more like Battlefield 3, which was a very popular game with the community. The only issues this caused was the fact that the player animation became extremely jerky, which meant that in close quarters and even at long range it makes it very difficult to track your targets because they bounce across your screen very quickly, and it's hard to track the movement of the player. And there are actually real life examples of negative feedback. In hospitals, they used to use Thalmalai to reduce labour pains for women during pregnancy. Now, this did work, it did do that specific function, but the issue it caused was that babies were then born with deformities. Another thing is with cars and motorbikes. If you tune the engine, the brakes are then a lot less effective, and it means you can't stop. And these are just real life examples of what negative feedback really is. And hopefully this will have put across to you guys that actually just because they fix one thing doesn't mean the game is going to be perfect. And in fact, it isn't. I'm going to say right now, a game isn't perfect. I'm still not putting nearly as much game time as I put in on Ghosts, simply because there are still a lot of issues with the game. In my personal opinion, Momentum is the best game mode in the game. It's fun to play, it's fast paced, and it does allow you to play in different ways. If you want to go around kill hoarding, you can do it, and it is of some use to the team. Unfortunately, you do get these teams where everyone is kill hoarding and then it goes to overtime, which is really irritating, and I do get annoyed by those teams. But it allows for people to play objectively and to get kills at the same time, which is quite a fun game mode. It's almost like Demolition from Modern Warfare 3. You can play the objective and you can also get a lot of kills in the process. But the issue with the game is that the spawns are absolutely horrible. Like, one team will spawn the flag. You'll find that once you've captured the neutral flag and then you move into the enemy team's base, they immediately spawn on that flag and they get every possible asset at their disposal to defend it, which gets really irritating because it makes it so difficult to push up. Admittedly, your team can now capture flags faster, but it's still quite difficult because if they get everyone on that flag, they can theoretically cap it before you even get to it, which does get kind of annoying. Also, you'll find that when you push up, you have to actually get some people to hold down specific buildings, because otherwise the enemy team will be able to continuously spawn in there and defend the point, which I suppose adds a tactical element to it, and it will reward players that know the game well because they will be able to block that spawn. But it is kind of annoying, and also you will find that if you have been pushed back one, then you can easily get spawn trapped. People will just be able to kill you straight off the spawn, and that is really annoying. I had a game where it started out really well and I played the objective, and unfortunately somehow my team got pushed back, and then I was just getting spawn trapped, and I even got a problem where I was getting lag scoped by some kid. And that's the thing, the connection has been improved by this recent patch, but it's still some issues. I think there's still some skill based matchmaking. I'm not sure if it's still in the game exactly what the patch notes mean that they did, but there was still like one player in this game who was unbelievably laggy. And it was just a bit annoying because on my screen I got shot through a jeep, but on his screen me and him were both on the other side of the jeep. It's just like, really? Yeah, really, game? Are you going to do this to me? But it's just a case of, this is one thing I really want to get off my chest, because a lot of people seem to give the game unnecessary hate, and it's just unfair to it because this is a new developer and no one seems to be giving them a chance. I will accept people that hate Infinity Ward because they went from making amazing games to making some pretty not great games, and I will personally back anyone that wants to hate on Treyarch because I absolutely despise their customer support and what they made in their games. Later on in the year I will be doing a Treyarch rant about Black Ops 2, and if you want to I can also do a Zombies rant, because as much as I did enjoy Zombies and I did enjoy the gameplay of Black Ops 2 multiplayer, the game is still so messed up that it really deserves to get torn a new arsehole. And I really feel that that is my least favourite developer, and I may not even get the next Call of Duty game just because I disliked Black Ops 2 that much. I don't even think it's worth it. So I'm really hoping that Advanced Warfare can make the necessary improvements so that I can play it for an extra year. If not, I will probably have to look into another game, because I'm also looking at Battlefield Hardline, but it's an interesting change. Like Advanced Warfare, it's a big change to the franchise in a way. It still follows the basic game mechanics, but the way all the kits are going to work in Hardline is a lot different to Battlefield 4, so I'll have to be looking into that. And if I don't like that game, well, I'm not going to get it, which means that then I've got a year and a half old game in Battlefield 4, which is fun, but I'm not going to want to play it all the time because it's still messed up a bit. And if Advanced Warfare doesn't quite live up to what I want it to be, then I will have to look into other games, because I ideally need 2 games all the time. One to play a lot of the time, which is generally Call of Duty. I'll play it a lot, and then I have Battlefield on the side for when I don't want to play Call of Duty. I do have Killzone, but at the moment I've just lent it out to a friend, so I won't be able to play that at the moment. But in general, I am hopefully going to be able to enjoy what I am playing. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed this commentary, guys. The initial topic was to talk about why the patch might not fix everything and issues that patches can cause. That isn't actually the developer's fault. It's just sort of a natural testing process in fixing something. And then, of course, it went on to a slight tangent. But I do hope you've enjoyed. Please do like, comment, subscribe if you have, and I will see you on another video.